Hello everybody, we're getting ready to do chapter 2, review and summary for pre-algebra math today. And for part 3 of chapter 2, review and summary, you got 28 points here in your notebook. Have that ready to go, your notebook guide. And 18 points here in your classwork. Name, date, period, students in my classroom. Due date here for all minors and homeschoolers. And we'll go right into page 1 here, which will go into your notebook. You got 2 questions here. What number is the additive identity? What number is the multiplicative identity? So respond here. And then 2, describe how you would solve an equation of the form ax equals b, where a does not equal 0. Describe how you would solve this equation. 8 points here, page 1. Page 2, copy and complete. The expressions, these 2 expressions here are what? The expressions are what? And then down here, this expression, 5 minus sin n. What is the coefficient of n? What is the constant term? And 6 points here, page 2. Page 3 on our review and summary. 2.6, solving equations using multiplication or division. Solve r over negative 13 equals negative 5. So how will we solve that? So we need to get rid of our denominator here. So we're going to multiply both sides by negative 13. So this will cancel. And then over on the right side, it'd be negative 13 times negative 5. What is that? So negative 13 times negative 5 would be positive 65. This would cancel. R would equal positive 65. Let's go into a guided practice now. Solve the equation, check your solution. So p minus 7 equal negative 8. How do we solve that? So to solve that, p minus 7 equals negative 8, we need to isolate our p, so we're going to add 7 to both sides. The negative 7 goes away. P equals, what's negative 8 and positive 7? Be negative 1. So p would equal negative 1, so now we're going to check. So we're going to substitute negative 1 for p, negative 1 and negative 7. Does that equal negative 8? And it does, so it does check. Okay, let's solve this one. Solve the equation, check your solution. 9 equals c over negative 9. How would we solve that? We need to get rid of negative 9, right? So to get rid of our negative 9, we need to do what? We're going to multiply both sides by the inverse of negative 9 in the denominator, which is positive negative 9 over 1. So negative 9 over 1 on both sides. This will cancel. We have c equals, what's negative 9 times 9? It'd be negative 81. Our check would be, let's plug in negative 81 for c. Does 9 equal negative 81 over negative 9? These 2 signs will cancel. What's 81 divided by 9? It is 9, so it does check. Let's try another one now. 2.7, decimal operations and equations with decimals. Perform the indicated operations. So 9.74 plus a negative 3.31 equals what? So it equals 6.43. So we have our largest quantity is positive minus negative 3.31. It comes out to 6.43. And then b here, negative 4.2 minus 7.9, same signs here, 2 negatives. We combine 2 negatives, it's like we're adding them together. So it'll be negative 4.2 plus a negative 7.9 equals a negative 12.1. So this is negative 12.1 up here. And then c, negative 2.6 times 8.4. What is a negative times a positive? It is always a negative, so negative 2.6 times a positive 8.4 will be negative 21.84. Different signs, product is negative. And then for D here, we got negative 17.67 divided by negative 3.1. We have two negatives. So what is our quotient going to be here when we divide a negative by a negative? Is going to be a positive. So 5.7, negative 17.67 divided by negative 3.1 is positive 5.7. So let's go into our another example here. Operations and equations. Solve negative 1.9k equals 0.76. So we're going to solve for k. How do we do that? So we need to do what? We're going to divide by negative 1.9 because we need to get rid of this negative 1.9 here to solve for k. So negative 1.9 will cancel here. These two will cancel. And then 0.76 divided by negative 1.9. What is that? That is a negative 0.4. So k will equal a negative 0.4. Let's try one now. Perform the indicated operation. 7 divided by negative 2.5. So we have two different signs. So we know our quotient is going to be a negative number. A positive divided by a negative is going to be a negative. So 7 divided by negative 2.5 will be a negative 2.8. And let's try another one. Check your solution here. Solve the equation. 2.4h equals a negative 8.4. So we need to get rid of our 2.4. How are we going to do that? How are we going to get rid of our coefficient here? So to get rid of 2.4 coefficient, we're going to have to divide by 2.4 on both sides. 2.4h divided by 2.4 will equal negative 8.4 divided by 2.4. These will cancel. H equals negative 3.5. We plug that back into our original and it checks out to being negative 8.4 equals negative 8.4. And that is your Chapter 2 Review and Summary Part 3, Pre-Algebra Math, Animated PowerPoint Math Video at AOL.com for questions or course materials. Thank you very much.